thing you're doing on me? Huh? Hmm? You gotta keep it together. How did that? Did you pull it out?
I did, yeah.
Oh, big snuggles. I know you want to give all the big snuggles. Snuggles.
When you think it's just crumbs on the counter, but there's smears of Nutella.
Gotta keep you guessing. I'm glad you said that. You know what you for the whole morning, but at the same time,
No.
I want to have a morning. You could. We'll just stay here for a minute. Do-da.
I get it.
Actually, rip the next one.
Buggies.
Just a bit of snot from his ugly crying. Almost there, lads and ladies. Like, share, and send help.
Yeah. Send lots of help.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Poppers! Yay! Pop, 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 pop. Pop, 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 pop. Pop, 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 pop. Just a minute, doggy. Just a minute. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. Hey, it's okay. It's okay.
Look at them. Oh, it smells so clean in here. Don't worry, buddy. I'll get you soon too. You just get the car started. That'd be nice and toasty.
Do you want me to start it?
Pardon?
Do you want me to start it?
Well, you look like you've got your hands full. I've got to be outside anyway.
Okay.
Hey. Don't worry.
Hi. Hi. Like a bird. You need a new bum. You need a new bum. focus. Do I want this in focus? Probably not, but whatever. Okay, so Peter has taken Felix to daycare. Luckily, the roads aren't too bad, given that we got buckets of freezing rain and snow last night, so that's great. This little guy woke up from his snooze in the swing, so he has been changed and fed, and I can't lay him down because he will puke everywhere, because that is what he does. To the point where, like, the other night we went through, how many? I think like 3 sleepers. And by the morning I was just like, screw it. You're just going to hang out in a diaper with a blanket and me. So anyways, I'm making my way from the kitchen to the family room because Mr. Feliks, I mean, like, Casper obviously contributes to the mess too, because he likes to take out toys, and trying really hard to teach him that when you're done with something, put it away before you take out the next item, because then you don't have a giant mess to clean up at the end of the night, because I'm not doing it, so he's got to do it. I'm at the point, I don't make him clean up Felix's stuff unless he wants to. We clean up Felix's stuff because Felix doesn't understand stuff, anything, really. So then this morning, because Peter took Casper to school because the buses were canceled. Yeah, hi. Let it out, buddy. So I finished my breakfast and held this one, put him in the swing. And Feliks was just a little tornado. He likes to take things out of things. So cutlery, or like serving utensils out of the cupboards. The boys have their like plastic stuff, like plates and cups and whatever, in a drawer that's accessible, so like they can reach it. I say they, Casper. But Felix likes to open that drawer and take things out and distribute them. Diapers, like baby diapers, and his own diapers, but I keep those like up out of the way. I just keep forgetting to put the baby diapers up on the mantle because we use them more frequently. Like, he gets changed more often than Felix does. So those have been redistributed throughout the entire main floor. Laundry? Yeah. Why do I bother? So anyways, I sat for a little bit to feed this guy, and now I'm up. I'm going to try and wipe the crumbs off of the kitchen table and spritz it and wipe it while I'm holding him. And then we'll see what his status is. I might put him in the sling, like the carrier. I think he's big enough for that one now. He's kind of outgrown the tiny baby carrier that I had, which I don't really like that one anyways. I prefer the sling. Like, I call it the sling ring, which makes me think of Doctor Strange. If you know, you know. Yeah, I'm going to try and do that, and then eventually, hopefully, make my way to the family room to clean up. It's actually not that bad right now, because I was trying to grab stuff as I moved around, right? Yeah, but, you know, eventually we'll do some introductions for this little guy, right? Yeah. Just like a little thing, but it makes a huge difference. Sort of like vacuuming. Like, I don't want my floors terribly often because ain't nobody got time for that. But like, run the vacuum through and it automatically just looks tidier. I mean, obviously, but whatever. Everybody's D-drops. Perfect. Okay, I wonder if I should run the vacuum through.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I was just writing out the multitude of questions that Peter and I have created in advance of the meeting we have with the neurosurgeon and our neurologist and a bunch of other people that are going to be there, like the fellow, the decision-making coach, our social worker, possibly other people, I don't know. And that meeting, when I'm filming this, is just shy of 2 weeks away. So we've known about it for 2 weeks. It's happening not as soon as we would have liked, based on my previous conversation with our neurologist, but sooner than they had first said. So we got a call in was it early February or the end of January? It was the end of January, from the neurologist. And she had said, like, we've discussed his case. We got all of the reports from everything, because that's why everything was delayed. They were waiting on one more report. They got everything. They presented his case to the Neuro-Surgery Rounds again, because they had presented it the first time. Then they requested an MEG scan, which he had back in October. That's what was delayed. So then they did it again, the presentation. And so she just gave me like the rundown about like what was discussed, and they emailed us a copy of both his MEG report and like sort of like the minutes from this presentation. And she said, like, anticipate that we will have a meeting in the next 2 weeks, and they're looking at surgery in February. So it's now February the 18th when I'm filming this. We haven't had our meeting yet. As I said, it's in about 2 weeks, just shy. So I hadn't heard anything for almost a week. And so because I like fixate on things, and obviously I'm apprehensive, I emailed our social worker to see if she'd heard anything. I emailed our the administrative assistant for the neurologist, and I emailed the neurologist to be like, hey guys, like, what's happening? And then finally I got an email back from the admin assistant, and she was like, okay, so I've spoken with everybody. Your meeting's going to be the 20th of April. Peter goes back to work in early May. So the 20th of April is not good from that standpoint, which I know is not anybody's problem but our own. But also the week before, not even a week before, the neurologist was like, oh yeah, he's probably going to have surgery in February. So surgery in February versus having a meeting about the surgery at the end of April doesn't really match up. So I emailed her back and I was like, hey, I just want some clarification. When I spoke with Dr. Nuri last week, she had said like the meeting would be within the next week or so, and they were looking at surgery in February. Could you just clarify? So then I got another email back a little bit later, like maybe the next day. She was like, okay, I've spoken with everybody that needs to be part of this meeting. And so the meeting will be March 2nd. So it's not February, but it is a lot better, like 2 months better than the end of April. So we're hoping, I don't know if you can even say like hoping, because no one really hopes their kid needs to have neurosurgery. But we're hoping that this meeting on March 2nd is fruitful, and that they give us a surgery date or an anticipated surgery date for like sometime in March. Because if we're looking at like a solid like month in the hospital, depending on what surgery we go with, it could be very extended. We don't know how much rehab he's going to need after. We like literally have no idea what to expect, what to anticipate. I know most people don't when it comes to brain surgery. But yeah, so there's a lot to kind of stomach with that. And so yeah, it would be a lot easier to manage if Peter were still off work. Because if the surgery happens after he goes back to work, or if he has to extend his leave as like unpaid time, I mean, like, we'd do it, we'd manage, it'd be fine, but it would also suck really bad, because as much as I don't want to cart a tiny baby to the hospital, by March he won't be so tiny anymore. He'll be like 2 months old, and yeah, we'll be able to divide and conquer. So it will be hard in the sense that Peter will probably be spending his nights at the hospital with Feliks, and I will be leaving the hospital early afternoon to get home in time to pick Casper up from the bus. And then doing like the dinner thing and managing Casper and the baby and making lunches for him for school and getting him to the bus in the morning with the baby. And doing nights all by myself here, which I struggle with, and like that's why like Peter is my lifesaver, because he A is a night owl and B can function on a lot less sleep than I can without like losing his mind and getting really frustrated and angry. So yeah, I know I'm getting completely ahead of myself because we don't even know when it's going to happen, but no matter when it happens, it's going to be hard. Like it's going to be super hard. So yeah,